Now you're in for a real treat.
If we can dream it, then we can do it. Yes, we can, yes, we can.
Hang on to them hats and glasses, 'cause this here's the wildest ride in the wilderness.
Hey Disney fans, come join the fun. Corey and Lawrence, the magic's begun. From the parks to the stories we adore, let's dive into the magic. There's so much more. It's the DIZPod, where dreams come true. With Corey and Lawrence, we'll explore with you. We entertain and teach every step of the way. With stories and facts, we brighten your day. From Disney history to tips and tricks, we've got the magic mix that always clicks. It's the DIZPod, where dreams come true. With Corey and Lawrence, we'll explore with you. Feel the magic, the joy and the cheer. Together we'll make memories year after year. The DIZPod, the DIZPod, let's all sing along. With Corey and Lawrence, the magic's never gone. Bringing joy to your day in every way. In the DIZPod, where the magic's here to stay.
Hello. Welcome, everyone.
Well, you caught me by surprise. You didn't run any bumper. It was
I
just
don't-
boom, here we are.
I don't know where the bumper went. Well, I know where it went. Because we, as you can see, we were still on the members only from last night.
Oh, hello. That's all right. We're good. We're professionals, Lawrence.
That's right.
We're professionals. Well, we're doing this live, and we do this live because we do it for all of them in chat and everyone who is about to come before them or after them, I should say. So we do this live because we do it for all of you. Welcome Roderick and Phil Harmagic Bell and Joe Walkbritt and Disney Adventure Home, Shirley Renee, Michael Daniel Ferguson, and Gil Knack, Purple Pleasure, just to name a few. And we also welcome anyone who can watch us at their own convenience on iHeartRadio, Spotify, Amazon, and Apple. I did that so smoothly today.
I like that.
All right.
I like that.
So here we are. It's another week. Week has started out pretty good for you, I think, business-wise and all that. Things are good.
Yeah, business wise, everything is good. I've got some good weather here today. Finally, it's been raining like I don't know since Friday off and on. So yeah, almost got Florida weather today. It's like mid 80s, bright and sunny.
Oh, well, there you go. I don't know what we've got going on right here, but it probably is the mid 80s at least.
Yeah, all right.
So it's warm in here. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
But if anyone has joined in today, or you listen later on the post recording there, we're talking Disney Wish preview tonight. We're talking family travel trips or tips with Amy Smith, and that's going to be great fun as well. Always great guests, and we're gonna have some fun with that. We dealt with some fake news maybe today, Lawrence. Have we proved anything else from what you sent me today?
Haven't gotten any other update. We'll ask Amy what she thinks. Because I don't think that date is right. So she might have an opinion.
Man.
But she also is talking about the summer. She's going to give us a lot of summer updates. Because there's a lot of cool kid stuff going on for the summer. So at Disney. So she's going to fill us in on all that as well.
Nice. Very nice. Yeah, everybody on social media and everything, even anywhere, press, whatever, everybody wants to jump and be the first to report something, but you got to check your facts. You got to be right, because we could have reacted today.
Yeah.
So a news outlet said that the new Disney Starlight Parade is debuting on July 4th at Magic Kingdom. And right away, Lawrence and I'm like, what are we going to do? What's the strategy? Because we're supposed to be at Epcot. How are we going to live stream the parade plus also Epcot fireworks for the 4th?
Yeah.
That's a problem. And we could have quickly dumped our reservations. How many people dumped their reservations today because of fake news? So I just caution everyone, always check your sources. Always check your sources. If you have Dr. Disney, follow Dr. Disney, follow Disney. I don't know who else out there is super
Walt
credible, but
Walt
follow
Disney
some credible
World,
sources.
Walt Disney World adults only. They follow all of the, because I was on the news team for a little bit, and we look at what we what we report on, and we make sure it's from credible sources. So Dr. Disney is one of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes WDWNT, sometimes.
Yeah. So with them, you got to cross check.
Yeah.
If they give a food review, fine. If they show you that the latest jersey dropped in Magic Kingdom, that's legit. They're gonna take a picture. They're gonna show it to you.
Right.
Solid reporting. But other than that, check your sources, everybody. Check them.
Mammoth Club is another one that I like. I think Molly does a great job. Over at Mammoth Club.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, we got to give credit where credit's due.
Yeah.
So we are here tonight to talk some travel with Amy. I'm ready to get to it if you are.
I love it. Let's bring her in from A Kind of Magic Travel. She's been on the show before. Welcome back, Amy Smith.
Well, hi guys. How are you?
Hi. Welcome.
Good.
Welcome.
How are you? Yes, welcome.
Doing
Thanks for being
good.
here.
Doing good. So I heard you guys talking a little bit about the nighttime spectacular parade.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no, as far as I know, there's no release date either.
No.
I have heard speculation July, but I even just went on the Disney app real quick and looked at like the show times for July 4th because that's up and there's nothing there.
So let's talk about that for a minute. So the outlet said that it was going to be July 4th. So here's the problem. I don't know if any of you have been to Magic Kingdom for July 4th. We've been there. We haven't been there for the 4th. We've been there for the 3rd because they do the same fireworks. It is pure chaos on the 3rd. There's no way that Disney's going to go, you know what? Today's the right day to drop a brand new nighttime parade that you haven't seen in 15 years or something like that over there. Yeah, let's do it today. No problem. There's a number of reasons why they wouldn't do that. I'll give you the marketing standpoint from it. You already have the park full for the 3rd and the 4th. There's no reason to give something more for people to show up to the parks. And the parks are going to be busting at the seams as it is on the 3rd and 4th. I don't think so. Now, there is, if you look at the times for Happily Ever After, they have moved back on the 6th. Happily Ever After goes off at 10 o'clock. So that kind of says maybe the parade, the speculation is the parade's at 9 and then again at 11 with Happily Ever After in the middle.
Yeah.
That I could see. And cast members are also blocked out from the 3rd, excuse me, through the 4th, which makes sense for the holiday. But then it extends out really for most of July. So they think that that's why, because the parade's coming in early July, right behind the holiday.
Makes sense.
Moving the fireworks back, that would make sense because that kind of aligns with like Mickey's Not So Scary Halloween party with the parades and the Christmas party as well.
Yep. So I'm going to cross my fingers for the 6th because we are there through the 7th. The 6th is our last full day. It was going to be our Animal Kingdom day. So if it is the 6th, if we were to keep Animal Kingdom, which I'm probably going to drop and switch that to Magic Kingdom, even if we park hopped from Magic over to Animal and then back, then you're still okay. If it does hit capacity to where they shut down park hopping, you were originally at Magic, so you're okay to come back. So we'll see.
There you go. And it's a Sunday evening, so.
Have you been to Animal Kingdom lately?
I was there on Saturday.
That's right.
Okay. So I was there in March. I feel like everything's, I'm getting a lot of people that are reaching out to me and they're saying, well, I'm going to skip Animal Kingdom because it's all closed. And I'm like, not quite yet. And I didn't get that vibe at all when I was there in March. I mean, they just have the around Dinosaur, not the ride, but where Triceratops spin and stuff. They have those no-see-em green walls. But other than that, I really wasn't seeing much when I was there in March. How did you feel when you were there on Saturday?
So my take and perspective on it is this. Yes, Dino Land is not available anymore. There really wasn't a ton going on there to begin with. So there's not really a big change as big as people perceive it. And the way we navigated the park, people have to remember that when you come to Animal Kingdom, what does it start with? Animal. So let's go look at the animals. I mean, I think they think of Flight of Passage, Pandora, Everest, and we're good to go. Maybe we do Dinosaur or whatever. But there's more to do. And the way we navigate that park is you can do single rider Everest, which is what we do. You bang that out, no problem. But there's shows. Nemo is fantastic. We did Nemo to start. We walked by Everest. I jumped on that. Then we watched for the Lion King show. So it happened that the safari freed up to 15 minutes in the queue. So we grabbed that. We looked at snacks. When we got out, we bought a snack. We tried the snack. We went to Lion King. By that point, what did we do, Lawrence? We ate at Flame Tree Barbecue prior to that. And then we went over and ate at Satuli Canteen and jumped on Flight of Passage with 20 minutes to go. And that was our day. And it started at, 2? Something like that. Started at 2 o'clock, 2 to 8:30, 2 to 9. And that was a full day. So we could have even done Dinosaur. It sat at 15 minutes most of the time we were there. So, yeah, I don't know where definitely people are misguided, right? Just because there's walls up right there. There wasn't much to do anyway besides Triceratops spin. So.
Yes, definitely.
Which is what I'm sure you explained it to them that way.
Yes, of course. Have you ever gone back to Rafiki's Planet Watch? Have you taken the train back there?
So that was in our plans, but we didn't do it because we wouldn't have had time to do Lion King, I think. I think that was the reason why we had to skip it. It was the timing of it, but we were totally set on doing that.
Yeah, we did that when we went in October. I made a point to do it because the time before we didn't get there. And I was like, I really want to check this out. And it's really cute. The kids really enjoyed it. They're able to brush the pets, pet them. They had they had fun in the little petting zoo area. And that's where they're putting some of the the show, like the Cool Kids Summer. They're putting something back there also. What exactly is it? Hold on one second, because I wrote it down. I was like, I'm gonna forget this one.
Sure.
Yeah, I've seen some of the stuff in Epcot and Hollywood, and Magic. That's right. There's something in Magic, but I didn't realize there was something in Animal also.
Yeah, so what they're doing, they're gonna have crafting activities back there, and then they're going to have a sing-along and a specific limited time only Wilderness Explorer badge. So for the kids that do the Wilderness Explorer through the park, they have a specific one that's limited time for Cool Kids Summer. So.
Oh, nice. I like that. The other thing I meant to add too, was you're there for the animals too. So even if, the wait times were high a lot of the time for Everest, if you didn't want to do single rider, Flight of Passage and Navi River Journey were like triple digit wait times. But that's when you go down Gorilla Falls and enjoy the animals, or the Tiger Trek, Rafiki's. That's the time to go do those and watch your times for the attractions.
Did you see Basco?
Yes, we did. Basco is, wait a minute, who's Basco?
The new cub, the lion cub. Tiger cub.
No. It's matter of fact, it's the least I've ever seen of the lions. I only saw the lion's head high up on a rock in a corner. We saw no one else, but we did see the baby giraffe and the baby elephant. Tucker, and I don't know the baby elephant's name.
Oh, I don't remember.
We saw that. We got to see them. Glad we at least got to see Tucker.
Yeah. So what else is in part of the Cool Kids summer?
So there's a lot of promotions going on. I'm sure you guys have heard of the 50% off kids tickets. That's like a big one.
That's a big one.
I mean, it's huge. It's 3 days or longer. So it's actually cheaper to get a 3-day kids ticket for one park per day than it is to get a 2-day kids ticket park hopper at this point. So it's, definitely weigh that out when you're making your decisions to go there.
Yeah.
It's valid from May 27th through September 20th. So that's a big part of it. They're also doing the water park admission on arrival day. That's for room only or packages. And that's going to continue into 2026. 2026 also, they're doing the kids free dining, but that doesn't start till 2026. So that's not part of the Cool Kids Summer.
Okay.
But as far as Cool Kids Summer is going, they're doing special highlights in all the different parks. And they're going to have special amenities in certain resorts. So you have Pop Century of Caribbean Beach Resort. You have Wilderness Lodge and Art of Animation. They're going to be having, if you're traveling with infants, they're going to have bottle warmers and free sterilization kits available for the families to use in the resorts. They're going to have diaper genies or disposable diaper machines, as they put it, which is a great thing because I cannot tell you how many times I've stayed in Disney and they don't put liners in the garbage, and I have to bring my own bags, and I'm constantly calling them, "Can you bring us extra garbage bags?" So I'm happy about that, especially with when I had twins in diapers, it was a lot.
Oh yeah.
They're also doing infant tubs, so they're going to supply you with infant tub basin if you need for your infant. So that's like a lot of like the stuff that they're doing as far as amenity wise. They're also having activities in those resorts. They're going to have scheduled character meet and greets, so it's not going to be like surprise, because I don't know if you're aware of like the bus that travels around from resort to resort, and if you see there's a character visiting, they're actually doing scheduled times for it, so which is cool. So you can kind of schedule your day at your resort if you're having a resort day to go make sure you meet those characters. And they're having extra activities and games and stuff like that in the resorts.
So the amenities like the infant tub, the diaper genie, you can special request on the app or the web. Can you do it that way, or do you have to call, or I guess just ask at the front desk?
So, I believe you could probably put a request in ahead of time, like as far as like you do with a crib or side rails for the beds that they offer. But I'm not exactly 100% because it hasn't rolled out yet.
Okay.
So, but I'm imagining so. I mean, I don't see why not.
So you mentioned side rails. I didn't know that they did that. I knew they did cribs.
Yes,
I didn't know they did the side rails. That's good to know.
Yeah, they do pack and plays, porta cribs, and side rails.
Good.
How new is all of that?
The pack and plays and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah. They've
Well,
been doing that for
yeah, I think they've been doing that for a while, but I never heard of like accommodations for like an infant tub, like little tub, those kinds of little things, or bed rails. Has that been all along?
Been around. The infant tub is brand new. That's part of this Cool Kids Summer package promo that they're doing. Like this is like some of the new amenities that they're offering in select resorts. So I'm hoping that they're piloting it for these 4 resorts over the summer, and then it's going to spread to the other resorts. That would be ideal.
That's what I would think. Disney likes to test things.
Yes.
Speaking of testing things, what's your thought on this test of the Pop Century Southwest luggage deal?
I mean, I haven't had anybody utilize it yet. Now I fly Southwest. It's a big carrier near me. I haven't had anyone utilize it. I feel like I'm curious to see what happens. I mean, this is something that they did a while back, but they're making it very limited at this point. So I'm not sure how it's going to continue to pan out. I haven't really figured, is that going to continue to grow, or is it just going to fizzle out? We'll see.
And explain that to everybody just so that they're aware of what that is.
So basically, you can arrange for you to leave your bags, like bellhop will pick up your bags and transport them to the airport That way you don't have to worry about getting your luggage. It's the same thing that they do with like the cruises and things like that. So it's basically transportation of your baggage. So you can not one less thing that you have to worry about going, back to the airport.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's the part of Magical Express that people liked more than the actual shuttle. So maybe that's why they're testing that, but I don't know. My opinion has always been people are mad about Magical Express leaving. Disney could certainly find a way to add it into your resort package, and hide the cost of it in an increased hotel rate. I'm not saying Disney, I'm not telling you to raise prices. I'm just saying if they wanted to, they could certainly do it that way and make a lot more people happy. Just saying.
I feel like it made more sense with Magical Express, kind of like it makes more sense with the cruises, because, if you're staying before a cruise, and you're taking Disney transportation, they'll bring your luggage right to the cruise line, but you're going on the same bus, so to say, right? Like your luggage might not necessarily be on that bus, but you're transporting with Disney transportation to your cruise ship. It's just, it feels a little off to me that they're just taking your luggage, but then you have, you're finding your own way to the airport. So what happens if, you get delayed or something, there's just so many variables there. So I'm a little curious to see how it's going to pan out.
And so tell us about the Cool Kids Summer event at Magic and the other two parks.
Okay, yeah. So there, as we were just talking about before, part of the Cool Kids Summer, they're talking about the Disney Starlight Dream the Night Away, which is the nighttime parade that's coming to Magic Kingdom. So it's, I guess, a modern version of the electrical parade. I'm excited about that, though. That seems really cool. I've been, what was the name of was it called the Electrical Parade, or was there a different name to it? Do you guys remember?
Main Street Electrical Parade.
Yep. Okay. Yeah. So I guess this is an updated version of that.
Yeah.
They also have the 2 new shows coming to Hollywood Studios. So you have the Disney Villains on Fairly Ever After and the Little Mermaid Musical Adventure. And those are both coming out the end of May. So I'm curious to see how those are. During the summer for Cool Kids Summer in Hollywood Studios, they're bringing some life back to Animation Courtyard, which is kind of cool because it's been lacking. They're going to have a magician. They're going to have like jump rope performers. You could do a dance party with Mickey, Disney Junior friends, and an indoor DJ. So that's going to be fun over there, which I feel like it's a good addition to Hollywood Studios because it's kind of lacking in like play spaces for little kids, if you understand what I'm saying.
And for me, you talked about it bringing life back to Animation Courtyard. I mean, you've got a Little Mermaid show across the street, and then you're going to have all of these little performances going on in there. It's going to feel very different than it has for at least the last 5 years.
It's true. Yep. Since before COVID, right?
Yeah. And then at Magic, they're going to be doing a Stitch.
Yeah. So Magic, they have 2 different parties, like DJ parties going on. You're going to have the dance party at the Big Top. It's called the Big Top Bash at Storybook Circus. So that's going to be like a DJ dance party featuring Pluto. You're going to have games. You're going to have hand-on activities for the kids. There's going to be stilt walkers, jugglers going around. So kind of like, a circus theme.
Yeah.
And that's going to be inside Big Top Souvenirs.
Nice.
And then you also have the Galactic Blast with Stitch in Tomorrowland, which is another dance party.
And are there designated times for this? I imagine it doesn't go on all day.
Yeah, don't have the information on the times yet. They haven't released that, so I'm curious to see. I haven't checked the app though to see if there's anything on there actually, but I haven't heard of any release like when I was listening to the update from Disney Travel.
Okay. Are there start dates for those things for the Cool Kids Days or
Yes, May 27th.
May 27th that starts? Oh wow,
Oh.
same
Same
day as Little Mermaid. And we passed Little Mermaid the other day, and that is literally what 20 days from now, 21 days. There was still the traveling magical shrubbery, we call it, trying to hide things. But there's nothing on the walls yet. So those signs are going to be going up quick. Those signs have to be going up very, very soon because there's nothing there. Yeah.
They might be going up the night of May 26th.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. You never know.
You're gonna go
And
on
then-
the 27th. Somebody's gonna be putting in that final screw right there.
Exactly.
Right.
So do you
And
think?
then they also have Epcot is going to be and the other thing too, I forgot to say this. They're having during early entry for resort guests, they're going to have extra character moments throughout the park. So I don't think it's going to be like meet and greets, but from what I'm hearing, it's going to be like characters roaming through the parks.
Ooh.
Oh,
Like
that's
that.
interesting.
And that's only for early entry hours. So you have to be staying on site for that. And then Epcot, so at the Communicore Hall, it's going to be closing May 12th. And it's going to be reopening on May 27th as they're getting ready to do an indoor dance party with Goofy. And they're going to feature different things like limbo and the big parachutes that the kids use, like in gym class that you would do. They have those.
Yeah,
So they're gonna have like activities like that for the kids, and another dance party.
They love their dance parties.
Yes.
When I first heard about that one, I thought, oh, okay, Goofy's going to take over the stage outside of Communicore Hall and Communicore Plaza, where the DJ is now. But he's actually going to be inside, so you're going to have a lot of things going on.
Well, you know what? That's nice too because it's so hot in the summer. So it's good to have a dance party inside in the air conditioning.
Yes, yes.
The parents
I'm
can
all
relax.
for
And
that.
the kids can get their wiggles out.
Yeah. And take advantage, if you're thinking about it, take advantage of those deals like 50% off. There's a lot of resort deals going on right now, right? I mean, I just booked one as an annual pass holder, 40% off. I saw that for that time that I'm there, All Stars, I can't remember his music or sports, was $126 a night.
So, did you see the Disney Plus ones?
Yes.
Those are like, the savings on those are phenomenal.
Yeah.
But it's only the select resort. So it's one of the All Stars. It's Port Orleans Riverside. It's Saratoga Springs, Animal Kingdom Lodge, and only the car suites at Art Animation. So like Port Orleans Riverside, it doesn't include the Fifth Sleeper. It's like specific room categories. But I was like looking at it for someone, and just they were thinking of going June 28th. And when I moved it to June 29th, it was almost half price. It went from like $760 for 2 nights to $380.
Yeah. Heck yeah, I'll move my trip for that.
Savings. Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, like Disney always has promos, but I feel like they're really coming hard with the promos this summer, which is good. A good savings for everybody. So.
Yeah. And there's, like I said, there's an annual pass holder one. There's a Disney Plus one that you mentioned. There's a kind of generic one. So there's quite a bit for you travel agents to choose from. So it's a good summer to go to Disney, just saying.
It is. And what's nice too, like you can do the ticket separate. So you could do the Disney Plus promo for the room and then combine that with the 50% off kids ticket. And
Love
you're
that.
literally saving thousands. So
Wow.
Love that.
Yeah.
Great idea. Now you also earlier this year got to tour the Wish.
Yes.
Tell us about that.
That ship is, it's honestly like it was just the detail in that ship is magical. I don't even know any other way to say it. That just sounds like so cliche. But, so we went into Nightingale's, which is one of the lounges on the Disney Wish. And there was a chandelier with music notes. And the tour guide from Disney said that he was told that if you were to open up the chandelier, like unwrap the music notes, it actually plays the song. Yeah, like that's how to detail that they are. And it just like, for instance, there is a stairwell near it. And where that stairwell is, the tapestry on the wall relates to Nightingale. So like every little tiny little detail, like, and it's not even in Nightingale's, but it's like right outside of Nightingale's. It's a theme, like a scene from Cinderella. So it directly relates.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
It was
a gorgeous ship.
And you've been on a few Disney cruises and other cruise lines as well. How does this one compare to like some of the other Disney cruises?
So, I mean, I will say the ship is very big. But everything is just so thoughtfully laid out. So it's easy to like, even though it's large, like you don't easily get lost. They have the carpet is set where the blue carpet is for, I'm just trying to remember off the top of my head, but I think blue means the after the ship, and the green carpet is at the forward of the ship. So if you're at the elevator banks, you actually can tell where you are on the ship by the color of the carpet. Okay. They have so much. The children's club is the Oceaneers Club, which is for the little kids, is massive. It's a whole deck. They have like a whole Star Wars area. They have a whole like just different rooms of different play areas theming for the children. And they have the slide. I'm sure you've heard about the infamous slide for the kids sent to the kids club.
Yes.
So
yeah, we will probably be going on our first Disney cruise in October.
Nice.
On the Dream. So very excited. And we know we hear once you do your first cruise, you're going to be hooked and you're going to want to do them all. So I'm getting ready for that.
Are you going to Lighthouse and Castaway?
Going to I think it's Castaway and then Cozumel, I think.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, very, very excited about that. And earlier you were talking about some of the updates to infant care. Let me bring up some of those just so you guys can see that. Maybe.
So that's the baby care center in Epcot.
Okay.
So that's in the Odyssey building, which is the building that kind of goes over the water, and it has like these long kind of like zigzag paths too. It's over where they usually have like the meetings with the Easter Bunny or Santa, that type of stuff. It's over in that area. So the baby care centers are great. They have, the vending machines that you can get pacifiers, pouches, diapers, wipes. They also have medication that you could purchase there, infant medication, things like that if you need. They have formula. They have so much different stuff in the baby care center. So they're a great asset to use, and the changing tables are nice and big.
Yeah.
So, which is helpful. Like when I was there in October, my twins were still in diapers at that time. But they were toddlers, so it was nice to have that type of a changing area to change them on
Mhm.
instead of, the little one that folds out of the wall in the stall. So gave us a lot more room, but I definitely recommend utilizing the baby changing, the baby care centers.
All right.
You see they have bottle warmers, they have microwaves, they have high chairs. They get a lot of children with allergies that usually utilize the baby care centers because the family will bring their own food, need to heat it up, things like that.
Mm.
So they're fully equipped to handle that also.
Okay. And then I think this was back at Rafiki's.
Yes, I was at Rafiki's Planet Watch.
Yeah.
Yep. So the kids had a great time. So I've been to like tons of petting zoos with my children because I live where I live. There's a lot of farms near us.
Mhm.
I've never actually been to a petting zoo where you could brush the goats, so that was a new experience. But they really enjoyed doing it. So.
Yeah. We've taken Finley there once, and she enjoyed that. Yeah. Definitely get back there if you can. Rafiki's Planet Watch is pretty cool.
Yeah, I think it's like one of the more underrated things at Animal Kingdom. Like a lot of people don't even realize it's there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's almost like they need to do a promo for it or something. It's true. Nobody really knows what's happening back there. You walk by, oh, Rafiki's Planet Watch. Huh? I wonder what that is. All right, let's go to the safari. Like it's just, and it's tucked away too.
Yes,
it's not in a highly populated or traveled area. You're only
And
traveling
people,
that spot to get to the safari or leave the safari.
Yeah, you have to take the train there, and it's cool too. Like they have the animal operations there too that you can watch. So like when I was there, there was a flamingo getting operated on. And that's cool for like children that are into veterinarians, thinking about being a veterinarian when they get older, stuff like that. So there is a lot of cool stuff over there.
And the vets and the caretakers back behind the petting zoo, they'll sit there and talk to you about all sorts of stuff about the animals, and it's really interesting how much care they put in. They're not just cast members that happen to work at Animal Kingdom. Like they really care for these animals. So it's always good to see that.
Mm-hmm.
And you were telling me about a service where you can rent baby equipment.
Yeah. So a lot of people will reach out and ask about strollers. Some people don't want to bring their strollers with them on the plane. They're afraid they might get damaged, things like that. So there's a few different options that you can do, to rent strollers, but Baby Quip has been a huge thing for me. There's a few Baby Quip people in the Orlando area. I have been dealing with Alex, her name is, and her husband actually, I think, left his job. He was a fireman and he actually left his job, and they're doing this full time now. But they set up cribs. Yep. So they will go, and they don't do just Disney, but they do like the neighboring areas, in the Orlando area. They'll go to the timeshares, things like that. If you want a crib, they'll set a crib up for you in your room. They deliver walkers, they deliver high chairs, strollers, anything that you could possibly think of that you would need for your child on vacation. They drop it off and they pick it up. And I've rented with them personally in the past, and it's just such an easy experience.
So I dropped the link in the chat in case anybody needs it. It's right there. Feel free to check it out. Feel free to recommend them. It just makes your trip more complete. Like Amy said, you don't have to bring the stroller. We stopped bringing the stroller for Finley. I mean, she's getting to that point anyway, but now she needs a jogging stroller, and we have a younger stroller. So we just rent a stroller and keep moving. So yeah, a service like that would be great.
So I have a triple stroller at home. And they actually have the same triple stroller. It's the Zoe. A lot of people love the Zoe because it fits the Disney requirements, because they have very specific you know, measurements for strollers. So they have a Zoe triple, they have a Zoe quad stroller, which I've had clients rent, which is a 4-seater.
Corey, could you imagine needing a quad stroller? Wait, you're on mute. You muted.
Can't hear you.
He can't hear us.
There we go. Sorry, I could hear you. I muted for a second and forgot to unmute. Does that sound familiar in the park sometimes? I accidentally hit the camera the other day and talking away. I love when I do a 5-minute intro and then it's like, you're muted. All right, let's do that again. Take two. But yeah, the quad stroll. You know, I said to Tammy I turned to her one time when we were planning our family. I said, would you rather have 2 kids or no kids? She said, no kids. So for us, 2 was the magic number. So there would never be a quad stroller for sure.
Yeah.
Did Disney relax their push on these Conestoga wagons that parents are pushing through these parks? Because that was supposed to be banned, and then all of a sudden they just started to trickle in again. And I even saw a service dog in one of them the other day. Not even a kid, a service dog.
I was just, you're making me remember a time we were on the bus and there was a woman with a dog on the bus and her dog had its hair dyed multiple different colors like a rainbow.
Oh wow.
So I don't know what type of dog it was, but the dog had a dye job. It was like pink and purple.
I didn't know that you could do that.
I don't know if that's like an emotional support dog or like I thought that they're very like strict about that. So I was surprised, but she had her Technicolor dog on the bus with her. So
good to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As far as the wagons, I know that like they will allow it for people who have disabilities if they get it tagged as like a wheelchair.
Mm-hmm.
So that is what I've heard. Like, you know, if people are getting the disability pass for whatever reason, maybe their child is, you know, has autism or is on the spectrum and is very familiar with that wagon and wouldn't do well with, you know, being in a stroller type of situation, because, you know, they're accustomed to the wagon. They do sometimes will tag it as a wheelchair and then you can bring it. And a side note, if it's tagged as a wheelchair, you don't have to fold it up to get on the bus.
Oh.
Yes. Because I had somebody with a stroller tagged as a wheelchair and they told me that they did not have to fold it to get on the bus, which I never knew before.
I wouldn't have even thought about that. Okay. So I guess they just bring them in the back way like they do with a scooter. And have them
I guess they use the same type of straps. I'm not sure, but
wow, good to know. Okay.
So it's special exceptions then. You have to have a special
it's supposed to be special exceptions. If you next time you're there, look, if you see a wagon, see if you see like blue straps along the side, because those are, they put like marking, like a fabric on it. So see if you see that. And then we can ascertain whether it's they're you know, getting lenient on it or they're all marked as wheelchairs.
That sounds good. I'm on it.
I think I've seen red as well. I think it's blue or red. I think they mean something different, but or maybe different days. Who knows? But
I'm not sure.
So someone in chat had asked for your Instagram, and so Roderick, one of our mods, has put it in there. So make sure to follow Amy for lots more tips and tricks there.
Thank you.
Any final word?
No, you know what? One other thing too, as we were just talking about, like with the wheelchairs and everything, if you go, I have a Facebook group and on there, I just recently put a full article that I did about like low sensory areas in the park.
Oh.
And I put some pictures.
Okay.
Ooh.
So basically different spots where if you're trying to get your children to take a little nap or if they're overstimulated, you know, it's a good location for you to go check out and just kind of take a breather.
Perfect. And what's your Facebook page or group?
My Facebook group, let me get you the name. Hold on.
All right.
It's a little bit of I know I'm not going to say it right, so I'm going to pull it up.
Because that could be very helpful. You know, I'm in a lot of different Facebook groups, and I see people ask about that all the time.
Yes. Yeah. So I have my certified autism travel planner certification.
Okay.
So I do, try to make sure that I'm on top of anything that would be helpful for that population.
Perfect.
So Disney with Littles, tips and tricks for parents of children and babies.
Okay. All right. So if one of the
That's
mods
what it is.
can find that on Facebook and drop that in during the rest of the show, that would be great. Amy, you are a
Lawrence,
blast to have. Go ahead.
When I'm in the park too, because we pride ourselves, Amy, on being a fun streaming channel in the parks, but we call it edutainment, right, Lawrence? We want to teach you almost without you even really feeling like you're being taught. We teach every teaching moment we can during our live streams. And so things like that, if I'm ever talking with someone in chat or something, or I miss it and you see something where they have questions that pertain to where we can refer them to Amy's Facebook page, like autism travel, things like that.
Yeah.
Either remind me to say something, or you say something, or I will at the same time just prompt me, and we'll make sure they can get the right information.
Yeah. I mean, anything we can do to make their travel. I see so many people like on Facebook that don't want. It's just too overwhelming. Disney is just too overwhelming, and they would rather just not do it than battle it. And I'm like, I was talking to somebody today who's booking a trip for September, and they're overwhelmed. And I'm like, you have a lot of time. Get yourself some podcasts and some live streams to watch. I know if you need, some recommendations of a podcast and live stream to watch, to get yourself familiar with the park and how it works and best tips and tricks. And especially like when Corey's there late at night, somebody said, what should I do after they're going to dinner at Crystal Palace? Then they're doing fireworks, and they're like, well, what do we do after that? I'm like, you go on rides, because the wait times plummet. Go on rides. Use that time to do rides. So, just stuff like that. So yeah, we would love to be able to recommend your Facebook group for sure.
Thank you. Yes. And one other tip too, for your friend that's going in September. I don't know if their children know or not, but something that I did a lot, like to prepare my children, especially when they were younger. Now they ask me every day when we're going to Disney, but I would play YouTube videos of the rides for the kids. Yep. So they would get an idea of the different rides. And there's so many people out there that there's just a plethora of them on YouTube. You just type in Walt Disney World attraction rides and a whole list will come up. So if you have any questions about the rides, you can always, take a video tour of it.
Yeah.
So
I'm trying to get Finley to get ready for Tower of Terror, but she said no.
How old is she?
6. Okay.
So my daughter Scarlett's 6. And that was when she was 4, that was her favorite ride, which shocked me. She was like, Tower of Terror is my favorite ride. And the picture, the one that they take on the ride, everybody's like screaming, and she's like sitting there like with a smile from ear to ear. It's so funny. But she's yet to go on Guardians of the Galaxy. She's done every ride there, but Guardians, and she's tall enough to she's not tall enough for Tron yet, or Rock and Roller Coaster, but she's tall enough for Guardians, and we didn't do it the last time we were there, so next time I'm gonna have to get her on it.
Yeah, I think the next one for Finley is going to be Tron.
Okay.
So Catherine said we'll sit in the back, so they'll sit in the bench seat,
handicap.
Yeah. And that should be better, because she likes speed. She likes test track. She likes to go fast. So I think she'll be okay.
That. Yeah, I went on it for the first time in March. I actually had not gone on it prior to then, because my husband went with my with the older one, and I was with the kids, and then we just didn't we had rider swap set up or rider switch set up, but I didn't do it for whatever reason. So when I was in the park in March on the Asian trip, I went on by myself, but I went at night, and it was awesome.
Oh yeah.
So Tron at night is is a good one.
Yeah. Very cool. Very cool. So Roderick has put Amy's Facebook page in there, and her Instagram in there. So make sure to follow her for some great tips and tricks, especially if you're traveling with children on the spectrum. My mom has a question. She says, how often do you go to Disney World?
So, probably too much.
What is that?
No, so
Yeah, what is
mean-
that? I don't understand the language
Yeah,
she's
right.
speaking right now.
So I would say I've been there pretty much like every 3 months for the past year and a half, maybe.
Okay. I was averaging about that. We were averaging maybe about every 6 weeks or so.
Actually, probably the past 2 years, I would say it's been about like I've been going about 4 times a year, give or take. I live in New York, so it's,
Yeah.
A little bit of a ride. But I've been going about 4 times a year, I would say.
Yeah, you throw a magnet at me, I'm there. Just saying.
Pretty much.
Yep.
And last question, Michelle wants to know, what's your favorite ride at Magic Kingdom?
My favorite ride, Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Ooh,
Nice.
I like that.
Great ride.
I love that.
Great coaster.
I
Love
think
that.
also too, my daughter, like the first time she went on it, I think she was 3, maybe 4. And she was so excited and she got off the ride and all she kept singing was hi ho, hi ho. So it's just like, and it reminds me, Snow White was when I was a child. So it's just the nostalgia and the memories around it.
Yes.
So I would say Seven Dwarfs Mine Train.
Love that. Love that.
Yeah.
So thank you again, Amy, for coming on and giving us some updates. And if you ever have updates, you just reach out to me, and we'd love to have you on the show.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
thank you. Thank you for having me.
Appreciate it.
It was a fun time.
Being
Thank
here.
you.
Absolutely.
Yes.
All right.
right.
Take
Take
care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
All right. So we're going to end here in just a second, but I was watching, so you were live May 4th. And then that night, I just wanted to see who else was on. So Jenna, Resort TV 1, ended up going on. And didn't expect them to go on, but she decided to go on. So I'm watching and I see this. Oh, it's not going to. So there was a proposal. And so, and you've seen it in front of the castle, right? Typical. I mean, people do get proposed. People do proposals in front of the castle all the time. It's so cliche. I did.
I know. Who does that anymore?
But I saw that and I thought, oh, that's so cute. So then the next day, in one of the annual pass holder groups on Facebook, somebody was talking about it and they wanted to know if anybody was there and saw her boyfriend propose to her. So I had to know more. So her name is Tasha, and her boyfriend, or now fiance, his name is Colin. They're both Disney fans, but she was more of a Disney nerd than he was. And he's more of a he was more of a Star Wars fan than she was. And they got together, and now it's just, they're huge Disney and Star Wars nerds together, which is great. So as a surprise for him, and to celebrate their actual 1-year anniversary of dating, they went to the parks and that day and spent it in Galaxy's Edge for the meetup. So she had planned all of that, and thought, okay, this will be great. And then he ends up turning around and proposes to her. So that was pretty cool. And I have a close-up view I can show you here.
She said yes!
many people do you think that is? Couple hundred, maybe more than
Easily
that.
a couple. Probably a
I
little bit
mean-
more. I was gonna say maybe 250.
Could you imagine? They're all cheering
Yeah.
for you, so that was pretty cool. So I thought I would share that with all of you.
That's nice. They'll never forget that.
No, not at all. So, if you're watching, Tasha and Colin, congratulations. Now, are you getting married in Galaxy's Edge? Because that'll take the cake.
Well, they have to get married on May the 4th at this point.
Yes,
You
exactly.
can't do anything else.
That's right.
It wouldn't even make sense.
That's right. If it's a Wednesday, just go for it. Hey, if it's a Wednesday and you do get married at Hollywood Studios, let us know. Corey will be there. We'll live stream that for you.
We'll cover it. The pre-show, the
That's
actual
right.
act,
That's
the
right.
post-show.
Very cool. So, yeah, this was great. Amy is great. Got a lot of great information from her. Looking forward to Cool Kid Summer for sure. You're going to see Corey
All right.
out there dancing with Goofy and Stitch.
Oh yeah, rock on! It's gonna be so much fun. I don't
Love
stay
it.
around for those much because I'm not a huge fan for me, but with the music and everything, you can't
Yeah,
hang around
yeah.
too long.
Yep.
Copyright wise either. But we'll drop by. We'll take a quick look. We'll take a
I
quick
like it.
look. Maybe we if you're on it, it's a Saturday. Well, whatever. If you're on with me, maybe we can throw in some music that's not copyright, and we can hang around a little longer.
Oh, yes.
Right?
Yes.
Dub it
See?
over.
See? All right. Good to
That would
good to
work.
know. Yeah.
Let's hit up our sponsor before we go.
Yep.
How about that? If you're looking for a home that offers the perfect blend of luxury, comfort, and convenience with Disney World in your backyard, Victor Naraki is a licensed realtor with Vision Home Real Estate LLC, and he is here to help you find the home of your dreams. With over 15 years of experience in the Disney area home market and a proven track record of success, Victor is the perfect partner to guide you through every step of the home buying process. So why wait? Visit celebratingflorida.com today to learn more about Victor's exclusive properties, Ranger properties, and schedule a viewing with Victor. Your dream home is just a click away.
Very cool. All right, so the fun doesn't end. This is technically day 4 that the channel's been live. It has been a very busy May so far for Living in Diz, and we are live again tomorrow night at Magic
Kingdom, open
Yes.
till 10 p.m. Eastern time.
All right. So I'll have some fun, ride some rides. I'll put together a post show for you. And it'll be
great.
all sorts of fun. And right now, we're going to end and we're going to go to our members only Zoom call. So if you're a member of Skyliner, right, and above,
In Monorail, whether it's Patreon or YouTube, we will we'll engage in at least a couple hours of hanging out and chit chat and having a good time. So if you haven't yet been able to bump up your subscription, definitely consider it. Try one of these Zoom calls. I guarantee you will not want to miss another one. It is a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun together.
a lot of fun.
So
And I'm going to go get my
Something-
food and I'm going to eat while we're on
same.
Zoom.
I'm gonna we'll start with a salad and then we're gonna go to whatever else is coming up next.
That's
I'll
right.
try to mobile order it and see if Tammy serves me on the Zoom calls.
Love it. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. Next week, I don't have a topic yet. That's the only week we don't have. We've got some. Yeah, I
Okay.
know.
All right.
We've
Let me
got
know if
some
we have
good
to
stuff.
delve into our notes.
We might have
know.
to. Coming up, we've got Fun to Be Free. John from Fun to Be Free on YouTube's coming up to join us. We have our 100th celebration coming up in June very quickly. I got to start putting that together. But we have Lori Sherman, who is the daughter of one of the Sherman brothers. We're going to talk to her. She's a Disney cast member in her own right of 17 years. So we'll talk all about that, and we'll talk about her family's legacy in Disney. I mean, we know all that they did. It's huge. So
Yeah, it's gonna be fun. And if anybody happened to miss the epic vlog that
Mhm.
dropped on the channel last night, go back and check that out. It's a lot of fun. 57 minutes long. Great feedback on it. Lots of great detail of our entire day from start to finish, and you'll learn a lot about Epic Universe.
Yep, I enjoyed that. So make sure you go back and watch that. All right, everybody. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say. Well then, all right then. Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. No matter how you do it, whether it's live or later on. And until next week, we are just a couple of bros talking Disney.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
DIZPod, where the magic's here to stay.